Hello and welcome to your twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on for this harvest full moon in Aries, starting out October right with one full moon and ending it on Halloween with a second blue moon. So today I have Nature's Whispers Oracle cards, and those are by Angela Hartfield, and I also have one Moonology card, and that is by Yasmin Boland. The first Moonology card, it was so funny, I had this impulse to just look at it, and it was Divine Surrender, and it was a full moon, and then I was like, well, I want to put one down that I didn't look at, because I didn't even mean to do that. It was like a funny moment that I had. So we'll see what this one is. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. The Aries full moon is very much about passion, purpose, moving forward in some way with that. And also working, I've been saying this, in my blogs and stuff, but working smarter, not harder, especially with Mars and Aries being retrograde right now, and Mars having to do with kind of like that action, and there's something there. Also in relation to everything that's been going on with Capricorn and Saturn going direct and stuff related to working, passion, and action, and how to put all of those things together and how they relate to your twin flame union too. So this card is Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. I feel like Aries has a special way of doing this that's very me oriented. And so, to me, this speaks about stepping out of your comfort zone, about just sharing yourself and sharing what you're passionate about and not giving an F if, one person views it or 5 million people, but just choosing to share anyway, and also not letting that stop you from sharing the next time. Success doesn't happen overnight. Even if it does, it takes quite a while to build up to that, generally speaking. I mean, some people, it's a shot in the dark, but that's pretty rare. And then there's always a story, right? Everyone has some story about the breakthrough to success, and you have your own story to tell once you get there, but you're never going to get there unless you actually choose, to love yourself there and to realize that success is for you. And that does not mean fame and crazy fortune necessarily, but there's something to be said about that feeling and what it means to you. Does it just mean to be able to share yourself in a relaxed way and not worry about what other people think, or does that mean something bigger? I mean, you can start, for instance, a YouTube channel, or maybe you have one and you just haven't been posting in a while. And it's not about, again, who's viewing it and who's not, but it's about you just choosing to share yourself and to share from a place of peace too, right? We don't need any, haters sharing their hate. So that's another thing. But there's a difference too between that and you sharing authentically. So sometimes you're gonna rock the boat, and that's okay too. So step out of your comfort zone, the North Node, and the North Node is pointing you forward towards your purpose. So again, passion for purpose. This is about your life's work and where it's going. So just start from right where you're at, this point right now, right here is this point, and go forward from right here. So we're gonna go back to the DF now. Have some nice soft pink rose quartz for the Divine Feminine. And, catch your breath, number 15. Okay, all right, I can take a hint. So, I don't know about you, but if this card rings true for you, for your union, or if you're the Divine Masculine watching this, you can just see how you feel about it too, or how you feel about it for holding space for the Divine Feminine to catch her breath. So this card, whenever it comes up, it is always just, all the cards are spot on. That's why I like cards. But in one way or another, right? They're always leading you towards a deeper truth, because this is a communication with source, with the divine. And with that being said, catching your breath equals, taking some time, look, like on the sideline, taking some time to drink some water, to just chill out a little bit, to chillax. And literally, like, there's no hidden message here. There's no work while you relax or whatever. I'm not saying you can't work while you relax, but relaxing should actually be your main focus, not seeing if you can get things done while you relax. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So that's actually going to replenish you at this time. And so it doesn't mean that you need to stop any momentum, and if you feel like doing something, do it. But again, go back to relaxing being your main focus, and just keep asking yourself throughout this full moon period for the next 24 hours or so, am I doing this from a relaxed place, or is there something else that would be better to serve me here so that I can feel charged up and ready to move forward with the energy of this full moon? And it's really setting the tone for the whole month of October, so let it do that for you. And the divine masculine, he's coming home on a seahorse and looks very feminine, just being silly. So be your best self always. And that is funny because I did a reading actually where I pulled this card on my blog, and I have my blog linked below, by the way, and you can always go check that out and update blog posts, or I write new ones, I should say, frequently. And I pull cards, I talk about astrology and other things. They're lots of fun. And I did one where I mentioned seahorses and even some of the interesting characteristics of actual seahorses, and they just have a very unique way of displaying their divine masculine and divine feminine qualities, especially when it comes to childbearing. So if you want to read more about that, then you can check out my blog post on it, and you'll see it's a picture of the one with the picture of the seahorses on it. But be your best self always is pretty self-explanatory, and it just goes back to God's always watching, but that doesn't mean God is ever going to punish you. God is a merciful God. And Libra season is all about going deeper with learning that. It's all about learning just more about what truly is justice and mercy, and how you can implement that within yourself without needing some kind of outside force to help you there. How can you balance and provide justice for yourself within? And that does not mean punishment, by the way. So if that's a problem for you, where you actually have resistance to loving yourself, and maybe you're better at punishing yourself than you are loving yourself, that's bad. That's no good. So you're going to have to stop that for your twin flame journey to really unfold in a harmonious way. And that's why I suggest ascension coaching as well to help you. Someone asked me earlier today, I can't remember the exact question, but if I kind of heal the love between you and your twin flame, and that's actually something that you do. And so then the question is, well, then why do I need a coach? And I will say that technically you don't need a coach, but good luck with that. It's going to take you so much, probably lifetimes. But some people don't need a coach because they do invest in Jeff and Shalia's work. And that is the main thing. And that's what my coaching is centered on. And so that's really what you want. You want Jeff and Shalia's work. You want the mirror exercise, and you want an ascension coach. And that's fast tracking your twin flame union. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing else out there that is going to work. There just isn't. Not for this particular ascension path of coming into harmonious union with your twin flame. And there's just blocks you have to clear and realize that you and your twin flame are one. And a part of that is, for the divine masculine right now, is just looking at being your best self and what that really means. Because sometimes you think it means one thing, but then as you get clearer about the true values that you have, it could actually mean almost the opposite. For instance, being nice to your mom could be something you were always taught was being your best self, but maybe your mom is a heinous bitch and you actually need to put up a huge boundary there. This is an example. I'm not calling your mom the B word. If that's not you, please excuse me, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you being your best self is like, there's kind of a saying or something, maybe said in different ways, but being spiritual doesn't mean that you don't get upset. It doesn't mean that you don't place boundaries. It doesn't mean that you're all love and light all the time. Sure, once you're completely ascended and imperfect union, which is a thing, it's not like not a thing, but and even then you're able to connect with other people, and everyone's got their own, true colors, but that doesn't mean you have like an ugly side in truth. It's just about you clearing your ego once and for all, and as you do that, you are going to have some stuff come up that is like anger and this and that, and needing to place boundaries, needing to, sometimes very strong boundaries with people. Sometimes it is about loving people, and sometimes it is about helping the old lady across the street, it's just about being with God and really checking in with your heart and what is God asking you to do. And sometimes it's about also how you can love your twin flame. Like, are you just going with God there, or are you resisting something? So you can just go with God, and it's like, you can tell, especially as you get coached and as you go deeper with the twin flame path, when you're resisting love. And so the clearer you get there and the more you heal through that resistance and release it, that is how you come into harmonious union and continue. And of course, there's different ways that you can explain it, but it's all love yourself at the core, right? It's all about loving yourself. So, and loving yourself and the divine, it's very important to cultivate that relationship. So the middle card I've said before, is this a moon? Maybe, right? But anyways, it says heighten your vitality, and you can see it has a whole prism, and it really speaks, kind of echoes the divine feminine card. And so there's something here about just honoring where you're at right now and not trying to push through, because this Aries full moon is already so energetic, right? And so you can afford to relax. You are abundant. And remember, sometimes if you're trying to push through something, it's from a place of lack. And sometimes you are called to keep going and to persist and to build discipline within yourself. And well, sometimes you have to experience contrast to know the difference between when you're just pushing yourself and you don't need to and it feels bad, and when you're actually moving through something that you're going to get to the other side and it's worth it. And sometimes it's a combination of both, but even in that combination, you learn what, doesn't need to happen in order to accomplish your goals in the future. So heightening your vitality is also about raising your vibrations. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you in your vibration and grounding that down, and not being afraid to ground that, like, the bad stuff that you upheaved and let go of is going to come back to you. It's not. Your choice to move forward to love is a sovereign choice, and it is respected by the universe. But you have to first respect that choice within yourself. And if you aren't, that'll be echoed to you. It'll just be shown to you so you can heal there. Because then you're not honoring your own choice, and you're not quite mastering yourself there, right? So just, you want to go deeper with that, because you want to be a powerful manifester, right? But that all just starts with love. It's not about what you get from manifesting. It is truly about being with God and being with the and being with the divine. I don't know why I'm saying and. One thing, I think I like to try to use a bunch of different words sometimes to describe God, but I don't want to like people please here. I know that word can be triggering, but that's okay. Like, I mean, if you want to say something else, I would invite you to look at that, because you're just triggered by the word God because of, maybe certain connotations and everything, or you think it's dogmatic, but it means the same thing, So that's just something to consider, because it really can take you deeper into that relationship that you have with God. And, you like putting a name to the face is it's powerful, right? Instead of saying the universe or source, but those things also work too, and that's perfectly fine. And also, of course, you're not like when you're talking to other people, sometimes it is just better, it seems like, in certain situations, to just say the universe or the power of love, and sometimes those things just better describe in the moment too. And you can see the many colors of God. So maybe the reason why this is coming up is because even though it's all one thing, there are all these descriptors, and that is beautiful too, right? And even all the different worldly religions and how they all come together into unionism. So heightening your vitality is about grounding into this new vibration that you are attaining. So just choose to receive it, choose to accept it, and claim it and move forward. And don't be afraid to look at what you're passionate about and also claim that as well and move forward towards that. And that also means your twin flame journey. And if you desire to put your twin flame journey first, then just do it, because that's your true foundation. And that is fast tracking it, even if at times it doesn't seem like it. It's a big investment. This is me speaking as a Capricorn here, like, what do you want to invest in? So if you want to invest in something eternal that will, give back to you exponentially forever and ever, then this is the thing to do for your spiritual path. And so that's why I do it. Not because of what I get, and I mean, it is because of what I receive, but it's also because of just what I want to do. It's just because I want to love. It's just because there's nothing else. That's really it. For me, like, just continuing to do it, like, there is no other thing to do. This is the thing. And I don't mean, like, all I do is, I don't know, like, study twin flame stuff. But everything relates back to that. And that's how I feel. I feel like maybe it's because my birth card is the Two of Hearts. Won't go too much into detail about all of that, but yeah, very much about union. And you can always look up your own destiny card if you want. It's fun to do if you haven't done that before. So that's gonna do it for this reading. But yeah, remember to check that out for yourself. You're interested in twin flames. How far are you going with it? And are you almost like going to the other side? Like, this is where my twin flame journey brings me to the art that I want to make. This is where my twin flame journey brings me to the computer programming I want to do, or whatever cool thing it is. Like, there's no difference between your life purpose and your twin flame journey. And if you stuck around until the end, then I want to say that that's definitely the message that's being channeled to highlight for this reading. And so really encourage you to just feel into that and what that means for you. And to not worry if you're seemingly more focused on one or the other at this time, because they're both leading you in the same exact direction. Life purpose and your twin flame. So with that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the whole full moon kickoff for October. Check out the links below. Check out my blog, like I said, coaching also, which is going to be at the rate that it's at until October 10th. So it's a really good time to claim your support there. and like and subscribe if you haven't yet so you get updates when I put out new readings. All right, take care. Bye.